Okay, something else I got is a new front cutting blade for this because this is pretty worn at the corners, and I wanted best possible chance when I'm cutting, and it's just worn out. It's ready for another one. So I bought a new blade for the front. Unfortunately, these have been screwed in here for who knows how long. I've already sprayed it once with this breakaway, penetrating, anti-stick, anti-bolt. So I'm gonna spray them again, try to knock one of these loose in maybe an hour or so. Yes, it's kind of what I thought it was gonna be like. Okay, it turned. There's the first part. Alright, success. So anyhow, I had a little issue with Caterpillar in that I bought a new cutting edge for this, and when I got it, it turned out to actually be this piece, this weld-on. This is welded on. Pretty amazing that they just sell this piece. I would think that you'd have to buy a whole new bucket. Surprisingly, it was like 180 bucks. And so anyhow, I got it, I brought it home, and it looked exactly like this, and I was like, God, I would think that the cutting edge would be a little thinner than this is kind of thick at this edge. So I called Caterpillar immediately, and I was like, you know, I really think this is the wrong, you sold me the wrong thing. And when I look at the parts diagram, you see the bucket, you see the data plate, and you see this edge listed, and they call this edge the base edge. I got it out, I kind of lined it up, and I was like, it just doesn't make sense. There's only one cutting edge on it. Normally I've seen it with two. So I decided I needed to try to find this. I looked through the entire parts catalog that I bought. And just a reminder, I had to buy the parts catalog because the one on the website's kind of hard to browse through. You buy the parts catalog, it's like 1,000 pages, and you go by system, a little easier to browse. At the very end of it, there's just cutting edges. And that's where I found the correct cutting edge. I called Caterpillar, they took the other one back with no return fees. They were very nice about it. And I bought the actual cutting edge. I would have thought that the dealer would have known the difference, but I mean, I guess they deal with a lot of parts. I've got the new edge, but what I want to do here, this is rusted pretty badly. I just kind of want to break off the big rust and then prime it up before I put the new part against here. And surprisingly, like I said, this part was, I mean, cheap comparative. Like when you think about like this thick, like inch thick piece of metal, it's countersunk and powder coated. It's like 180, 190 bucks, something like that. And like a fuel pump's 200 for what looks like an old Volkswagen fuel pump. Anyhow, don't get me started on that. So I am gonna clean this up, get it primered, put some sort of just protection on the bottom here where it's getting pretty bad, and hopefully get the new cutting edge on here very soon. Now, as far as bolts, I didn't want to reuse the old bolts because they were pretty rusted up, and so were the nuts. They were seized pretty badly. I bought new bolts from Caterpillar. They were like $1 something a bolt, which they're M16 countersunk, supposed to be class 10 bolts, but I didn't buy the nuts because this is one of the things that's weird about Caterpillar. So the nuts were $3.15 each. There's 10 of them. You know, this is $30-something, but I think a better nuts from McMaster, which is also not the cheapest, was 5 nuts for $10. So, I mean, it's a little better, but the nuts from McMaster, I know what they are. I know that they were a class 10.9 with some anti-rust protection and they're lock-in. Not sure what the Caterpillar nuts are. I'm sure they're fine. Saved a little bit of money, and also I know what my bolts are. And you want to be able to change those because the new cutting edge is double-sided, so you can turn it around once you've worn down one side. So, that being said, I'm going to get to cleaning this up so I can paint it and protect it a little. You can see there's just chunks of rust, which is to be expected. It came from the East Coast. So I'll clean this up the best I can and hopefully throw some paint on here tonight. So I started with a wire brush and I ended up switching to a metal cutting wheel just because I wasn't able to cut some of the really stubborn rust off of here. You have to be careful with this because you don't want to cut too deeply. You just want to get those big chunks off and get back down to bare metal. And I realize now I didn't give you a close-up till it might have been too late, I want you to see this is what I'm trying to get rid of. Yeah, these big chunks that are not flat, you know, this buildup. I already kind of got most of that away, but you can see up here, like that's the way it was, these big flaky chunks. And you want to get all that so you can get back to metal, and this will prevent the new blade from sitting flush. So we want to get all of this as flat as possible. So here's an area I've already done. You can see I've got that mostly flat except for the pitting. Anything about that, but get rid of the positive material that's on here. So I'm going to continue getting rid of this. I'll probably finish with a metal grinding wheel, and then I'll come back and hit it with a sanding wheel. Now, Colin came out to help me because we're running low on daylight and I want to get this primed and maybe a couple layers of paint on here just so it's protected now that I've got bare metal exposed. So we're cleaning it with acetone.
Oh my god! I think it's the other way.
Watch fingers. The previous install had no washers on the other side. Since I want this to be able to come off in the future, washers will help the nuts from, digging into the bucket. So, went on McMaster-Carr and I ordered smaller, thinner washers, stainless steel, because I didn't know if there was going to be enough for the nylock on the nut to still bite, so I wanted them kind of as thin as possible.
Yeah, into the nylon. Oh, you're so in there. Okay. There's some people on our YouTube channel that home repairs are accessible by anybody, no matter the tools that they have on hand, right?
That's true.
True.
Okay, I got my handy adapter.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we are on.
Okay.
I would like to know why you're not doing the noise.
Oh, you're right. We got the new blade installed. That was quite a bit of work. Get the old one off, get this reconditioned, repainted, exchange the blade because they gave us the wrong one on the first order. Partially my fault.
Mostly their fault.
But anyhow, we got the new one installed. I just torqued them on pretty hard. Not overly tightened, but pretty darn hard. I was gonna put my torque wrench on it, but I don't have an adapter I need for the 3/8 drive. It's good. The bucket's ready for the farm. Yay! Oh, so much more to do. So I bought a new blade for the front.
Can you smell how good it smells?
I smell chemicals.
Oh, well, it smells good in the house.
Okay, so the short version is that what I do with
Excuses. Alright, next one. Alright, next one. Oh my god. You got a squeaky one.